Good afternoon and welcome to the special Selectmen's meeting, February 8th. The only thing on the agenda is the Glendale Middle Road Bridge, and Mike will bring us up to date on how we got to this point.
Yes, so received a phone call a couple days ago where they informed, or last week where they informed on February 5th, there was a conversation about they would be closing this bridge, which we then received a letter. So what's happened is there's two beams underneath the bridge that are in poor condition. That's going to require that the bridge be closed. The alternate plan allows for the board to consider remedial action, which would allow one lane alternating traffic on that bridge. We can go to the report. So if you remember back in 2020, we had gone through over bridge reports then, and at that time, this bridge was lowly ranked. Also was the Tuckerman that had a critical failure on it. Even though I say critical failure, it's still safe to drive over, but it had lowered the weight limits on that bridge, and that was another bridge that was heading toward closure. We ended up moving on the engineering. It's in the Chapter 85 review for the Tuckerman. So while that bridge is getting done engineering to move to repairs, hoping that by the time we got that one done would be before this one ended up, but time didn't work with us on this. And now this bridge has been identified as the closure. So my recommendation to the board, I met with the fire, police chief, highway, water, sewer, because we have utilities there. And that our recommendation is from all parties is that the board do the alternate method, which would be one lane alternating traffic on the road. And that I did reach out to Ty and Bond, and I can begin a feasibility study on this one and come up with the different options that we would have on this one. And then if we move right on it, we might be able to have some at least feasibility and understanding of costs of engineering to begin the engineering work on this one and at least get the engineering work. But 18 to 24 months to get the engineering, Chapter 85, bid, design, construction, and the rest. Which
is that through completion or through the engineering only?
To get to the point where we'd be ready to
Okay.
start construction. I mean, Tuckerman, we started over a year ago, and right now, if everything goes according to plan, we'll have approved, be able to go out to bid on the repairs for Tuckerman for the summer of 25. So, unless there's issues with, the state has issues with the design being proposed. So we'll be finding out on that one. So, if the board authorizes that, I'd immediately submit for an action plan tomorrow to Mass DOT that we would want the one lane alternate. We'd be securing lights. We'd be putting up barricades to keep vehicles off of the other side. And then we have to repost the bridge to the tonnage requirements as set. So.
Okay, any comment here?
Yeah, what is the budget for the tie and bond work and getting the bridge moved to one lane?
So the tie and bond work and that to get the feasibility study and get us to the point that we can have an understanding, yes, what our options are and what those engineering costs and the rest. $30,000, that includes doing submersible looks at the foundation, do a comprehensive review of the bridge and make sure all the components that are in. We have that money right now in our bridge account that we have money in there. So that is something that we could get to work right on. And then, like I said, pick which one of the feasibilities we want to move forward with and then begin the engineering process. So, yeah. The cost of the lights and the rest, I'll be putting that together over that time.
But it's-
Mass DOT might have lights, they might not. We might have to go out to a
Right.
company that does it.
But likely the bridge account will be able to cover that as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jamie?
But we'll have it posted. And is there any way to regulate who goes over it and who doesn't, like to make sure that the right tonnage goes over?
Um,
Do we know that yet?
yeah, well, like, we would have to just post it.
Okay.
It's then would be clearly posted so people would understand the weight limits. Get a code read out, notify any local businesses that use those bridges, that bridge is at 19 tons now,
Okay.
similar, the Tuckerman's at that same
Mhm.
tonnage, so, yeah.
Will we put notices at both ends as well as right by the bridge?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll make sure. In addition, I spoke to the fire chief.
I mean, both ends of the road, I mean.
He did get all the fire trucks weighed and we will put in for a waiver to use the bridges for
emergency.
emergency operations.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I'm done.
Any comment from the public?
I got a question.
Okay, yeah, come up and state your name and your address.
Tom Forbes, I live at 9 Glendale Middle Road. Why is the sign down by Route 102 state restricted to commercial vehicles? Doesn't that mean semis that are going over cutting from 102 to 183 to go into Housatonic? I thought all commercial vehicles, meaning semis, the delivery trucks and everything, it's clearly posted down there, no commercial vehicles.
Where's that?
Where's that
Where's
posted?
the sign?
You go right down by the monument where 102 comes up in, it's right on that little section. Matter of fact, the weight limit sign is right there too. Unfortunately, that sign's probably about that high off the ground, so nobody reads that. But it clearly states no commercial vehicles, which has got to be the semis that keep going by my house, the ones that take up the full lane of the Tuckerman Bridge just so that they can get across. They literally have stopped traffic because they take the whole bridge going up through. They should be restricted.
All right, I'll check that. And if the road has been determined to be no commercial vehicle,
Yeah, it's-
inform the police department and we can enforce that.
And where by the location of the sign he's talking about, it's likely has to do with the Tuckerman, the restriction on the weight.
Right.
But if you're going over the Tuckerman, where's that semi going? He's going straight over the bridge heading up to 183. They always do it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
always do it. That's if you look at the trees on Glendale Middle Road, they're broke.
Yeah.
At a 90-degree because the semis take the middle lane going up until somebody gets there. And then they push over and they start breaking branches off of the trees going down through. The road's not set up.
yeah, we can look for
Okay.
enforcement of that.
Yeah, into that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Bob Van Olst, Yale Court. Oh, sorry, I came in late. If I'm being redundant, I apologize. Is there a plan to repair the bridge as well, or possibility of repair?
I'm going to be contracting with Ty and Bond to do a feasibility study to come up with what the alternatives, what our options are for that bridge. And then that'll come to the selectmen. We're going to try to get it done in time to bring to town meeting one of the preferred option with the engineering, and then begin the engineering work on a replacement or whatever we're going to do at that site. So.
And are there possibly federal funds or state funds?
We will explore all options. Last year, I applied for a MassWorks grant of 1.5 million for the Tuckerman. We didn't get it. I'm reapplying this year for it. And then the year after, I will be applying for funds for this one. But at this point, we don't know what the costs are or anything else, and I need all that in order to apply.
Thank you.
There's three stages of funding, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong. One is what we just authorized, which is the tie and bond feasibility study. The second is going to be the engineering work that would have to be approved at town meeting. And the third would be the actual construction of the bridge, which would also have to be approved at town meeting. And the second two, the big dollar ones, all have an opportunity for us to apply for aid. It's highly competitive though. And so, yeah, we're gonna have to kind of see what we can do, but you know, certainly we're going to apply for anything we can get.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yes. Yeah. Bro.
Good afternoon, it's Pete Bailey, who's Stockbridge. We just want to express our concerns that if you do go to the one lane, that, depending on the possibility of trapping traffic with the lights, and the possibility of safety hazard, but we've seen this in the past, not obviously at this area, but in other areas where there's intersections such as this, where the light setup may possibly trap vehicles. And
Yeah, we looked at that. We're definitely going to have the lights on the
Yeah.
opposite side of the
It just,
tracks.
You know, because they're not gonna be preemptive, obviously, because we know the expenditure of, you know, preemptive and light system together. So like, you know, somebody coming east that possibly could get trapped between the lights and everything like that. And you got, you know, so we just want to express that, you know, our concern on the safety.
You have the arms, all right, and they come down. So
Yeah,
so if they're on the bridge and it comes down, they're on the
it
bridge.
should be, like I said, it just, you know, we just want to throw that out there for
That
you.
does have arms that come down?
It does.
When it first came up,
It just was recently recapped to it, you know.
when this first came up, first thing me and Mike thought about was the rail tracks.
And Mass DOT recognized it too. They said in our, when we submit, they're gonna wanna make sure that we consider the railroad crossing.
Yeah.
So we have to put,
And like I said,
we have to put 2 sets of lights there coming down the hill both ways,
Yeah,
you know, to.
yeah.
At the
I'm gonna ask for
that-
Mass.
They'll have that
Assistance from
later.
Mass Highway, they'll come out and help us.
I mean, obviously we work, you know, they're the actual owner of the track, we're the operator, so, I mean, and like I said, we're just wanna make sure that we explore that avenue that, you know, there's the potential of safety hazard.
Oh, yeah, that was-
You know.
That was the first thing we crossed my mind was.
I believe, yeah, like I said, nobody had contacted us directly, so we just figured we'd come up and, you know,
No, thank you.
let you know. Appreciate it, thank you.
Yes, sir.
I think he might have answered. My name is James Wondrum. I have a house on Mohawk Lake Road and a house on Glendale Middle Road. If it goes to one-lane bridge, it would definitely be a light that basically on either side that operates it. Because I know there are some times when a bridge is out that it'll actually be a stop sign and say proceed with caution.
This is too wide. It's gonna
Yeah,
have to
too
have an
long.
alternating light system.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Susan Van Ols on the other half.
Yeah.
We're on Yale Court. I know this is hard, but in general, the process of replacing the bridge, so the 3 steps that you outlined, how long does that take?
Probably,
Feasibility study should only take about maybe 2.5 months. The engineering could take up to 18 months, and with chapter 85 review where it goes to the state and rest, you could be looking up to 2 years before you're ready to go out and actually make the repairs. So
That's another year?
the plan right now is to get the feasibility study done now. I'm gonna contract tomorrow with the board's permission, contract tomorrow to do the feasibility part. Bring the engineering to town meeting at this year's town meeting, then begin with engineering and then get it to the state. But even in the best, probably even in the best of conditions, you're probably looking somewhere at maybe the construction season of the summer of 27.
it's not an overnight fix.
Right, so we're going to be dealing with this for
For a
several
while,
months.
Yes.
Cool, thanks.
Anybody else? Anybody on Zoom?
Just to make the point, we're kind of at the similar phase with the Curtisville Bridge. I mean, we're basically looking at feasibility and based on what might come out of that, you know, it's the exact same thing. So, you know.
Okay. Seeing nobody else, I'll make.
We do.
Oh, go ahead, Anita. You're on mute, can't hear you.
Right, okay. Hi, Chuck, Anita Schwerner. Just while you're on bridges, because Could you also take a look at the suspension bridge that goes over the Stockbridge Bowl by the waterfall spillway?
The
It's a
walking,
bridge.
the
The
walking bridge?
Yes.
Some problems with the
safety.
cables.
Okay, yeah, we'll take a look at it.
It's just,
Appreciate that.
cables are kind of down, I guess, that's what you're saying.
They're
Okay.
down around your ankles.
Is that a town,
Yeah,
that's a town bridge?
yeah.
Different topic.
It's where the
What goes over-
waterfall is,
goes over,
down
yeah.
at the causeway. I mean, not the causeway, at the cove.
Oh, all right. I thought you meant on a bridge.
No,
Oh,
it's not
all right, so
walking.
With some
Walkway, all right.
walkway.
Yeah, we'll look at
It's a
it.
bridge. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so I'll make a motion that we allow Mike to move forward with the one lane,
And the
from
time
the
bond.
bridge to the one lane and to do what he has to do to get this in motion.
The feasibility
Yeah,
study.
and approve the feasibility.
That's, covers everything. And do the feasibility study, yeah.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Aye.
All those in favor of adjourn?
adjourn.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody.
everyone.